And now some bizarre developments. US President Donald Trump has shared an AI-generated video of Trump Gaza. In fact, the video includes images of Gaza turned into a futuristic city where there is shiny Trump Tower and giant Trump statues. The video has been shared by official Instagram account of the American president. The AI-generated video of his vision for the embattled Gaza Strip. The video basically shows Trump, Elon Musk and Benjamin Netanyahu. Trump had said earlier this month, remember, that he wanted to take over the embattled Strip and turn it into, quote-unquote, the Rivera of the Middle East, drawing back from his ally Israel and drawing backlash from his ally Israel and strong criticism from Hamas and the Arab world. But this is the reality. There is death, destruction just about everywhere. Today in Gaza, everywhere there are mounds of rubble pretty much, stretching as far as the eye can see. These are remnants of the longest and deadliest war between Israel and Hamas in their blood-ridden history. More than 46,000 Palestinians have been killed inside Gaza by Israeli attacks, according to health officials in the territory. Most of the dead are civilians, in fact, and the total represents about 2% of Gaza's pre-war population, or 1 in every 50. About 1.9 million people have been displaced since the war started.
Look at this. This situation is just terrifying. There is a risk it would fall on the little kids and kill them. Even when lying on the ground at night, we cannot sleep, fearing that something might happen at any moment, especially worrying about the roof collapsing and killing us. Look around you.
And despite this, many residents insist on remaining among the ruins, hoping that international organizations will provide them with the assistance to clear the debris and expedite the reconstruction efforts in the area. Palestinian medics saying that at least 6 infants have lost their lives from hypothermia in the last 2 weeks in the Gaza Strip. The territory experiences cold, wet winters, by the way, with temperatures dropping below 10 degrees Celsius at night and storms blowing in from the Mediterranean Sea. The last few days have been especially cold.
Rainwater and sewage have entered our tent, severely affecting our lives. With the drainage system being destroyed, the cold weather and the lack of clean drinking water, viruses are spreading rapidly. Today, I took my daughter to the hospital. The doctor told me that the unclean drinking water and the sudden drop in temperature are the biggest cause of her illness.
The ceasefire that paused 16 months of the war between Israel and Hamas militants has basically allowed a surge in humanitarian aid. The trucks carrying aid are mostly carrying food. But residents say there are still shortages of blankets and warm clothing and little wood available for fires. There has been no central electricity in Gaza since the first few days of the war, and fuel for generators is scarce. Many families huddle on damp sand or bare concrete. And speaking of Trump's bizarre new fantasy world, there is something rather intriguing happening with the White House social media accounts as well. They have been heavily relying on memes, internet trends, and AI-generated images and videos to basically promote support for the Trump administration's policy plans. Most recently, the White House's Instagram account shared an AI-generated image, basically showing Trump with a crown, accompanied by a slogan that said, quote-unquote, long live the king. The caption of this post said, and I'm quoting, congestion pricing is dead, Manhattan and all of New York is saved. Long live the king, quote-unquote. Now, just some context here. The Trump administration had decided to rescind New York City's congestion pricing program. This program, which basically aimed to financially support the city's aging public transportation network, had been a point of contention between the Trump administration and the local officials. And this post has faced criticism for appearing to violate U.S. constitutional values in its depiction. And then on 14 February, on Valentine's Day, White House's Instagram account posted a meme featuring the faces of the president and his border czar, Tom Homan, with the caption that read, I'm quoting, "Roses are red, violets are blue. Come here illegally and we will deport you." Just like the protests that followed Trump's aggressive anti-immigration crackdown, the White House's post received major backlash. Many called it insensitive, disgusting. The White House's social media account also has been using the platform to attack private citizens and celebrities. But for what, you ask? For basically expressing their opinion on immigration. Earlier this month itself, the White House shared a clip featuring 3 women whose children were allegedly murdered by illegal aliens, quote unquote, a term used for undocumented immigrants. And in the caption, the White House said, and I'm quoting here, their courageous mothers had something to say to Selena Gomez and those who oppose securing our borders. Shocked enough yet? There's more still. A week ago, the White House posted a 41-second ASMR video showing someone getting deported. For the unversed, ASMR is a term typically used to describe satisfying sounds that bring enjoyment in a way to listeners. These videos often showcase mundane tasks like tapping a glass, cutting vegetables, for example, or crinkling newspapers. Some people enjoy watching or rather listening to ASMR videos to relax or even fall asleep. So it's no surprise here that the ASMR video depicting someone being shackled and deported was not well received on social media. Netizens criticized the White House for what they called dehumanizing and ridiculing migrants. And while the use of memes on government platforms is not new, the situation raises a lot of concern about the impression that it leaves on the youth and the young voters. Younger people, you see, are consuming news a lot differently than ever before. And naturally, when a platform that could be used to provide policy updates, celebrate cultural events, starts to resemble a troll page, it becomes a cause for concern. Critics argue that Trump is straddling a fine line between parody and disinformation. And the question still is, where do you really draw the line in political communication like this? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.